Okay, I think we are live and hello guys, this is my first stream and I will be going to learn C programming in this stream. So I will be following this website that is w3schools.com and I will try to learn C programming using this. I have learned bit of C programming when I was in college, but after that I have not learned anything about C programming. So let's see how this one will go. Okay, so first of all, I will try to set up my development environment. For that, I will be using Visual Studio Code. But first, let me see if my audio is coming and let me move this to a different screen so I can see it properly. Yeah, so now let me open my Visual Studio first. So I have this Visual Studio Code. I will be using Visual Studio Code to program C language, and I can close everything here. I will close all the folders. So I will say close folder, save. Okay, now we don't have anything. Now let's see what all we need to write C program, right? First of all, let's see a bit of introduction about C programming. So I think we all know C is kind of a general purpose language. It is like one of the very first language that was introduced, one of the first programming language that was created, and it was created in 1972. And it is very popular because it helps you understand how program works under the hood. The main reason for its popularity is because it is a fundamental language, right? So this is kind of the first language that like education system will teach you. Like whenever you will go to college, you will start your computer science program. C programming will be mostly the first language that they will teach you, right? Because this will make your fundamentals strong. You will learn about memory management and other things when you learn about C. Okay, and C is mainly used for like creating operating systems like Windows, Linux, Mac OS. All those three are like top operating systems we have. It can be used to write programs inside like that runs inside car devices, TVs, and home electronics. It can be used to create game engines. So yeah, C is like a very widely used programming language, right? And once you learn C, right, then it will be very easy to learn other programming language like Java, C Sharp, or C++, right? So let's do one thing. Let's set up our environment and we'll start writing our first C program in a while. First of all, I will need a compiler. So whatever code I will write, that I will be able to compile. For that, I will be using mini GW, and this will take me to this sourceforge.net website. From here, I will click on download. So using this, I can install the C compiler, right? I have already downloaded this before, so I already have this in my system. So I will just show you how it will look like once you have installed this particular program. So if I search min GW, so I have this installation manager. So using this particular program, you can install your C compiler, right? So I will just go to a basic setup, and from here let's select the compiler that we want. Okay, so I will select this base compiler. I will also select this C compiler, and I will also select I think C++. I will also mark this for installation, and I will also take this basic min GW installation. Okay, let's take this also, right? So I'm selecting these four packages, and now let's click on installation and click on apply changes, right? And click on apply again. So it will basically download the files and it will put it in our C drive. So let's wait for this to complete. Okay, so let it run for some time. Meanwhile, let's come to W3 School website, and here so we can see some of the difference between C++ and C. C++ is basically an extension of C. So whatever you can do in C language can also be performed in C++. And C is mainly a procedural language. You will build programs with function. There is no concepts of classes and objects in C language. And C can still organize data using structures, right? So we can organize the data with structures instead of classes. Okay, so I'm also new to C programming. We will learn this together in this particular stream, right? So let's see the installation process. I think it has completed successfully. I will close this. Let me go to my C drive now. And in my C drive, I have this min GW folder, and in the binary folder I have this gcc.exe. So this is basically the compiler G++ and this GCC. These will help us to compile the C programs. Okay. Right. So what we need to do, right? We need to add this to the path also. So I will copy this path where we have installed these binary files, and I will go to start menu and I will search for system environment variables. So I will edit the system environment variables and I will click on environment variables. I will find path here. So this is the path. I will click on edit and I will provide the path here. I will click on new and paste the path where we have these compilers. I will click on OK, click on OK again, and click on OK again here. Yeah, once that is done, I can open my command prompt and let's try in G++ dash dash version. Yeah, it is working and I'm able to get the response from it. I'm using 6.3.0 version. So your setup is complete. Now let's open VS Code and let's open a folder here, right? So I will click on open folder and let's create a new folder for this demo. I will go to new folder. Okay, this is not available. I'll go to C drive, Z drive, web dev, and here I can create a new folder. I'll call it learn C. Okay, I'll select this folder and this folder is open now. Okay, now let's create our first C file. Okay, so here if I see, let's click on get started. So we can start writing our code like this. So let's see how we can do this. So it is asking me to do this. I already have this, and so I will create this file, my first program.c. Okay, so I will create a new file, my first program.c. Okay, so the extension should be C, I think. And VS Code is asking me to install this extension. So let's go ahead and install this extension. So this will help us to provide some IntelliSense and auto completion for our C programs. So I will click on install. So yeah, so let it complete. Yeah, the extension is installed now. Now let's come back here. Now let's see what we need to do. So first of all, we are including this library, include stdio.h. Okay, so this looks like some kind of library. In the C sharp we have our namespaces, right? Like using, and then we'll specify some namespace similar to this. I think that is for that. So I will copy this and I will just put it in my file, include this. right? And okay, so I'm getting some error here. Solution disabled for translation unit. Let's forget about this and let's write our program. So this is the main program. So like in any programming language, there should be some entry point, right? So I think that is that entry point. So the main method is here. So let's create this main method. So I will say int main, and so to print something, I think we need to use printf. Or type printf here, and let's say hello world. Okay, so once it is done, so why it is not following the C standard? It is coming back to the new line. It's like C sharp. Anyway, so once that is done, we can return 0 from here, right? Because this method is returning integer, so we need to say return 0 here, and I need to uh, put semicolon here to close this line, but I'm still getting this error here. Okay, but anyway, let's try to build this. How we can build this application? To build this, there are no commands here, so I want to use my command line. I don't want to use this particular program. So let's see how we can build a C program. I will search how to build the program. Okay, so I have this. So GCC, using this, I think I can run my, I mean, I can do the build. So I'm already in the path. So I can say GCC main.c output my program. Okay, so let's try this. So I will come here and open this. I will say GCC space my first program dot c, and then I need to pass an o parameter, and then I can say my program. Okay, I'll say my prog. I'll hit enter here, and I'm getting some error. Why errors are coming? The term CCC is not recognized, so it is not able to find this GCC. Let's do one thing. Let's see if we have GCC here. I have gcc.exe, so let's try with gcc .exe. Hit enter, and I think again we got the same error. GCC is not recognized as the name of the commandlet. Okay, let's do one thing. Let's copy this command. Okay, and let's open this in File Explorer. Go to CMD. Let's try to run it from here. Yeah, I think here it worked. It is able to compile my program, but VS Code is not able to compile my program. And I can see my program also here. So let's try to double click on this. I think it ran and completed. So let's see how we can run our program also. Run my program, hit enter. Okay. Let's do one thing. How to build C program in Visual Studio Code. Okay, so install a compiler, download the MS. I must have to get this is a compiler MS2. Okay, so let's see if I can run it from my terminal. I will say dot slash my prog dot exe. Yeah, I'm able to run it, so I can get this hello world program, but I'm still not able to build my program with VS Code. So let's do one thing. Let's search for some extension that might help us. Okay, so let's say run C, and yeah, I think this is having a lot of downloads. So let's click on install here. So I'm installing this code runner extension. I'll click on install, and I think it has been installed. Okay, how to close this? I'm not sure. So let's close it from here, close it from here. Now I think I can run code. So it is saying GCC is not a recognized command. I'm still not able to run this with GCC. I think I need to restart my VS Code, right? I think after adding that path, I have not restarted my VS Code. So let me close this, and let me again open this in my VS Code. So I will say open with code, and yeah, now let's try to run. I will say run code here. Yeah, I'm able to build and run my program. So you can see hello world is coming here. Okay, I can delete my this thing here. I don't want this one. So my program is this, my program, my first program.exe. So whatever file I was giving, so when I'm clicking on run code, it is generating the file with this. So I can delete this also. I can say delete this also, and when I run my program again, I will again get that file .exe file, and I can get my output also, hello world. Okay, so basically what I have done till now, right, I have this extension. Which extension I have installed? I have installed two extensions. One is this C slash C plus plus. This extension I have just installed, uh, and I have also installed which one I have installed? I have installed this code runner extension. So these two extensions I think we need to install to start coding with C programming. And if you notice, now we are not getting that red line also here. I think we are good here. One thing, I'm not getting the top menu here, so let's go to settings, top menu, top bar, I think. I'm not getting it here. Let's go to settings. From here, I think I can go to preferences, settings, and top bar. Top menu. I think I don't know how to enable this top bar here. Search with top. Editor management, accessibility, appearance. Ah, let's go to our Google and try to find to enable top in US. code, menu bar, top bar, menu bar visibility. It's not menu bar, right? Title bar, I think. Let's open Gemini. How to enable top bar in VS Code that displays file name. Control Shift P breadcrumbs, not breadcrumbs. Show tabs. Yeah, I think that one, show tabs. Show tabs. Yeah, the tabs are back. Okay, this looks much better. Now we can start learning C again. Okay, so we have created our first program. So what we have done, we have created this first program. We have included this library. Then we created this method integer main, right? And then we use this printf to print hello world. Then we return 0. So this is our first program, which looks fine. Now let's go and learn about syntax. So what we have done till now, so this was the syntax. So what is this? This is this tells C to include a header file. So .h I think means a header file. The header lets us use input output functions such as printf. Okay, so the printf is coming from this particular file. Okay, don't worry if you don't understand this. Just think of it is something that almost always appears in your program. Okay. Then blank line. I think we have this blank line also here. So it will ignore this. That's what they are saying here. Then we have our printf method, right? And okay, so we have this line 3 main. Main is a special function. Your program starts running here. Any code inside this curly brackets will be executed. So yeah, that's correct. So whatever we will write inside the main, that will be executed. Okay. And return 0. It returns 0 means I think we know like we know C sharp, right? So return 0 because we have declared the type as integer, right? So we have to, it is mandatory to return something from here. If we don't return, right, let's say if I comment this, then I think it will give us error. It won't be running. If I try to run this like this, I think we'll get some error. Run code. Is it still running? Bah. How it is still running? Let's delete this exe. Delete. Now try to run it again. Run code. Ah, it's still running. It's not giving the error. That's weird. Anyway, let's move on and see what else we can do here. So syntax we have learned. So here is an exercise also. What is the purpose of this? It defines the C. No, it allows the use of input and output functions such as printf. I think this is correct. It declares variables. No, it will not declare variables. It ends the program. No, it is defined at the start, so it will not end the program. Submit the answer. So yeah, this is the correct answer. Do we have next question also? What does the printf does? I mean, what does the printf function do in C? It defines the main function. It outputs text to the screen. I think this is correct. Okay, anyway, we'll not go through this quiz. We'll move forward. So the statement is this. So what is the statement? Statement is kind of instruction that we are telling computer to follow, right? And Yeah, so every statement will end with semicolon here also, right? Like in C sharp, we have to put semicolon at the end. So here also we need to put semicolon at the end. If I don't put semicolon, what will happen then? I'll get this error here, right? Expected colon. Will it run my program? Yeah, it is not running. Now it expect a semicolon here. So let's put a semicolon, save it again. Thing is fine now. So we can have multiple statement also. We can have hello world. We can also have a good day also here. Let's try this also. If I run my program like this, so I'm getting this hello world as well as I'm getting this have a good day. But these two are like merged together because we have not put a new line here, right? We will see how to put a new line. I think later we will study that. Okay. Now I think we can go to the next exercise. So they are giving us challenge to print hello C, right? So I think it is very much straightforward. We can just let's copy this here and put it here, and they want me to print hello C, right? So let's copy this also from here. Very simple program. Check the code, compiling and running. Yeah, we got the result. So this is correct. Okay. Now let's go next. So this is the second lecture. C output print text. To output values to print text in C, you can use printf function, right? That we have already seen. We can use printf, and in the double quotes we can provide whatever we want to provide. And if you don't put double quotes, I think that will give us the error. Yeah, I think that is also making sense. If I don't put double quotes, that will give us the error because now it thinks have is a variable or something. So yeah, to declare this as a string, we need to put double quotes. It is fine. Many printf functions, so we can have as many printf function we want. So that is good. So here we have 3 printf functions. It all looks good. Now I think we can go to next lecture. New lines, how we can put new lines. So when we were running this, right, we were getting these 2 lines together. They were not coming into the next line. So I think we can use, just like C sharp, we have this new line character. So let's copy this character. This is nothing but backward slash n. So I think if I put this here and run the code again, yeah, now the output is coming in the next line. This look much better now. All right. Okay. So yeah, like we can put new line here also. Hello world, I am learning C and it is awesome. So if you want to print 3 lines using one printf, so we can do something like this also, right? So let's try this. Hello world, and I can say have a good day. Okay, and I can remove my second printer from here. Let's save this and run the program. Yeah, I'm still getting the same output, but this time I'm only using one printf statement, and I have separated my string with this new line character, that is backward slash n. Okay, this looks fine. Very much similar to C sharp. So we can have multiple new line characters also. So that will put the line much below. So if I have, let's say, 2 new line characters and run the program, now you see there is a gap between hello world and have a good day. Okay, this all makes sense. So there are some other characters also. We have backward slash t. This will insert a horizontal tab. So if I want, let's say good and day, I want some space between these two, so I am putting two tab spaces here, right? Let's save this and run it again. So this time you see there is a space of two tabs between these two words, good and day, because we have put this backward slash t here. Right, this also makes sense. So insert a backslash character. So if we put two backward slash, it will put one backward slash in the output. So let's say let's put one more printer. Okay. So let's say I want to print date. So today's date is 5th of April 2026. So if I try to run like this, right, this will not work. If I run this, let's see what we are getting. Okay, I need to save this first. So when I'm running this, you see something else is coming. It is not printing properly. So what we need to do, we need to escape this backward slash with one more backward slash. So I can put one more backward slash here and one more backward slash here. Now I think if I run my program, I will get this date properly, right? So now it is coming properly. Earlier we were getting this corrupt data. All right. Now let's see a coding challenge. So what we need to do, we need to we need to create a main function. We need to use one printf statement, and followed by a new line we need to print I am learning C. So guys, you try to create this in your system, right? And after that we will come back. So I'll be back in 5 minutes. So let's start a timer of 10 minutes. Okay, so let's try to create this program which is shown here, and let's see if we can do this or not. Fine. Okay, so yeah, let's continue our learning, and I think this is very simple one. We need to print two lines, hello world, then a new line, and then we need to print I am learning C. So it is very straightforward. I think we all can do it. So I'll skip this one, this coding challenge I will skip. Now let's see how we can put comments in C. So what are comments? Comments are notes for humans, and they help explain code and make it easier to read. They can also be used to temporarily disable code while testing, right? So we can disable some line of code. So let's say I don't want to print this line, so I can make this as a comment. So when I run my program, right, so it will not appear, right? So this piece of code will not execute. So this is the purpose of comment. So we can have a single line comment. So this is basically a single line comment, but we can have multiple line comment also. So to put a multiple line comment, I can show you. So like this we can use to put a multiple line comment. So let's say I want to put a multiple line comment, so I can put like this. This is a multiple line. Okay, so using this you can put multiple line comment in your code. Okay, so this is very much similar to C sharp. In C sharp also we will use this syntax to put comments, right? So yeah, this is also fine, not much difference what we have in C sharp. Let's try to answer this question. What is the meaning of comments? To output text? No. To create text variables? No. To explain and document code? This is correct. So to explain and document code, it's correct. What is the last option? To print text and numbers with simple line of code? That is not correct. So submit the answer. Yeah, I think that is correct. Now let's go to next chapter. I think from here the real programming starts. So variables. Variables, what are the variables we have in C? Variables are containers for storing data values. Okay, like numbers and characters. You can think of variable as a named box where you keep the value that can be used later. Fine. Uh, in C, in C, variables must have a specific type: integer, float, char. So these are the three type of variables that they have defined here. So these are the example, but I think we can have other type of variable also. So this is the syntax. First we have to tell what type of variable I want to create, then the variable name, and then the value. I think this is optional, just like C sharp, right? We can declare a variable and then assign the value. Let's see this here. I'll remove everything. I'll just keep hello world here. So what I can do, I can say int a. So this is how I will declare a variable, right? And after declaring, I can set the value like this, right? And if I say print f a, will it work? So we're getting the error here. Okay, so I think I am jumping. I think I missed something. So let's follow this guide and we'll see how we can print numbers. So this is how I can declare numbers and I can assign it to some value, right? So I can declare a number, I can declare a variable here like this and then assign the value. So that is fine. And we have output variables also. What is that? You learned from the output chapter that you can print text, right? So how to output variable? So this is what I tried and I got the error, right? So how to print the variables? So for that, I think we need to use format specifiers. You can think of a format specifier as a placeholder that tells C what kind of value will be printed. A format specifier always starts with a percentage followed by a letter. that's different. We don't have this in C sharp. For example, the output of the value integer variable, use the format specifier percentage d surrounded by the double quotes in the printf function. So I need to specify which type of data I want to print, right? So I'm printing the number here, so I think it is digits, so that's why I need to specify d here. Let's come back here. So what I was doing, I was creating a variable here like this, then I was setting it to 10, and then I was printing it. So it was giving me error, right? So I need to specify a format specifier. And how to do that? I can pass one more parameter here, percentage d. I think this is a format specifier. Okay, now let's try to run the program again. And this time, yeah, I'm getting 10 this time, right? So I'm able to print this variable. Okay, so that is interesting. I need to use this format specifier. So I think for integer I can use d, for float numbers I can use f, and for characters I can use c. So for character I can use c. And why they have defined backward slash n here? What this will do? This will put a new line, is it, after that? So let's see, I'll put backward slash n here, and if I run my program again, yeah, it is putting a new line here. So what is happening, I think, right? So percentage d, this is a placeholder, so whatever will be coming here, it will be replaced here, and then we'll print whatever is after that. So this is the thing that will print, and a will be replaced in this particular string. So a will sit here, and then whatever is there, I think that will be printed. Can I have other thing also? I can say abc. Will that work? Yeah, that also worked, right? So 10, and then abc is also printing. Okay, so now I got it. What is the meaning of this? Now let's try the other format specifiers also. So I can use float. So let's say float, let's say temperature, and I can say 41.5. Okay, and then if I want to print this, I can use print f. Then I need to specify a format specifier f, and then I can put my temperature here. Let's try to run my program again. Let me clear everything, and then we'll try. Yeah, it is printing, but I'm not sure why it is giving this 50000, but it is working fine. Okay, then I think I can put new line character also here. So if I do this, so first 10, then 41.5. Okay, then we have character also. Let's try the character also. Char, let's say name equal to, I'll put p. I'll try to print p. And so to print this, I can say printf. Then the format specifier. This format specifier is interesting. We don't have this in C#. So I can say c, and I can put name here. Let's put a new line also after printing this. Okay, so let's run this, and yeah, I got my integer with percentage t, my float value, and the character value. Okay, all right. What else we have in this chapter? So we can do something like this also. My number is t and my letter is c. So we can do the combination also. That's cool. That's really cool. Let's try this. So what I can say, printf, here I can say my number is percentage d and my float is, I can say, percentage f, and finally my character is percentage c. I can put exclamation mark here. Then we need to supply the value for these things. So for digit I will be using my a. For float I think I have temperature, and for character I think I have name. Okay, this is very cool. So yeah, my number is then percentage t, my float is percentage f, and then we have percentage c. This is very cool. In C# we also have this, like we can use that dollar symbol, and then we can replace the placeholders. And in C also we have this concept that is very cool. I thought that is available in only in advanced language, but in a fundamental language like C we also have this. That is, I think, very cool. So let's run the program, and I think, yeah, it worked perfectly. My number is 10, my float is 41.5, and finally my character is p, and then hello world is coming. Yeah, so it is working fine. That's good. That's very good. Okay, print values with without variables. Okay, so we can print values without variables also. Okay, let's try this also. So I think I can comment out these things. Control slash, yeah, everything is commented. I can get rid of this also and this also. So what we are saying, right, we don't have to declare a variable. I can simply print digits, I mean numbers if I want. I can say, let's say 110, and this should also work. If I run my program, I got 1110. It is also printed. Cool, that's fine. Let's try this exercise. What format specifier is used to print an integer value in C? Integer value, right? So percentage d, we need to use for integer value. Submit. This is correct. Okay, now let's go to next chapter. Change variable values. So we can change the values also. Okay, let's remove everything. I will remove this hello world also. Okay, so what they are saying, we can declare the variable like this, then we can set it to 10 also, so that is also fine. This is very much similar to any other programming language. So I can declare a variable, let's say int a is equal to 10, and then I can say a equal to 15, then I can print it. So I can specify my format, specify percentage g, then a, right? So when I run this, I will get 15. Cool. So yeah, we have 15 here, other number variable, so we can copy the value also from one variable to other variable. That is also nice. So let's say I have one more variable, int b, and I can say b equal to a. So what I'm doing, I'm copying data of a into b, so value will go from a to b, so both will have 15, right? Because a was 15, now b will also be 15. So let's print it here, a equal to this and b equal to this. Let's put a new line character also so that we can see it properly. Let's print b here. Let's run the program, and yeah, a equal to 15, b equal to 15. So this is how we can copy the variables, add variable together, so we can do some mathematical operation. I mean, this is very much similar to any other programming language. So yeah, let's say int c equal to a plus b, and let's print c here. Let's run the program, and we got c equal to 30. 15 plus 15, yeah, that's fine. Let's move on. Multiple variables, so we can have multiple variables, so we can declare multiple variables like this: x is equal to 5, y is equal to 6, like this also we can do. And we can print also with multiple, so that is, I think, fine. We can do like this. So int so we can, what we can do, we can do x, y, z, like that also we can declare variables. That is cool. Let's move on. Variable names. All C variables must be identified with a unique name. These unique names are called as identifiers. So good variable name is equal to minutes per hour, and then we have m. So this is a good variable name, this is not so good variable name. So variable name should be unique. So like C is already declared, and if I try to declare C again in C, I will get the error. So if I try to run my program now, I will get the error. Previous definition of C was here, so there was already a definition of C, so we cannot declare the C again. Redeclaration of C with no linkage, right? So we cannot declare variable with the same name twice or like more than once. So valid variable names are age, so we can do underscore also. We can say total sum also, so this is valid, right? So I think if I say integer a, this is a valid syntax of Parvesh is valid variable. Int space Parvesh, this is also valid. Int underscore Parvesh, this is also valid. So if I run my program, okay, I need to remove this from here, clear everything, save it, run again. Yeah, program is running. So these are valid variables, and I think I can even add Parvesh 12 and run the program. So this is also working fine. Can I start my variable with, let's say, Parvesh? Will it work? I think it's already giving error. It is not allowed. So when I run this, I'll get the error. So invalid suffix. So we cannot provide 12 here. Okay. And this also we cannot provide, like dash age also is not valid, and we cannot use keywords also. So I cannot use a variable name, like I can say int float. This will also give error, right? Because this is a keyword, so we cannot declare a variable name with a float. Okay. Now let's move forward. This is a real-time example. So what we are doing here, student data, integer student ID, integer student age, float student fee, character student grade, and then we are printing everything. Calculating the area of a rectangle: integer length, integer width, integer area. Area is equal to length into width. Very much simple. We will not gonna do this. Go next. Coding challenge. What is the coding challenge? Declare this. This is just we saw here. So length into width. It's fine. Let's move forward. C data types. As explained in the variable chapter, C must in variables in C must be specified data types, and you must use a format specifier when printing it. So yeah, we have seen integer, float, and characters, and then we have these format specifiers, right? And we have double also. Like double, we have not seen yet. What is the difference between float and double? Float is basically 4 bytes, so it can take 6 to 7 decimal digits, and double can take 15 decimal digits. So if you want higher precision, then you can go with double data type. Okay, let's try double also once. So let's remove this. Let's remove all these variables. So let's say double the price, and let's try to store 10.1267890. So I'm putting 10 decimal points. Let's try to print. I don't know the format specifier for double. I don't know if it is digit or not, but let's see if it will work. For double, we have LF. Oh, long float. LF, I think it stands for long float. So I can say LF here, and I can run my program, and I'm able to print it. 1 2 3 4 7 1 2 3 4 7 1 2 3 4 7. It has done the rounding up. Why the rounding was done, I'm not sure. I think while printing it has rounded out off. While printing it has done the rounding. Why? It is important to use the correct format specifier for the specified data type. If not, the program may produce errors or even crash. Okay, so that's fine. I think we'll learn about this rounding up issue later. Let's go next and learn about characters. So characters we have already seen. Like if you have a single character string A, you can use char data type, right? So alternatively, if you're familiar with ASCII, you can use ASCII values to display certain characters are not surrounded by code. So I think character A equal to 65. This also we can store. Oh, that's nice. Let's try this. So what they are saying, I can say char A equal to 65. I think this is the ASCII value. So let's try to print this. So what we'll get, print A, and the format specifier will be %C because this is a character. If I run my program, I got A. And if you want to see ASCII character list, I can search Google, right? So I can see the ASCII here. So 65 is capital A. So if you want to, let's say you want to print this symbol, for that you can use 94. So if I say 94 here and run this, I got this simple hat symbol. Okay, so we can provide ASCII values also here. That's nice. Okay, not one character. If you try to store more than a single character, it will only print the last character. Oh, I didn't know about this. So if I have let's say coding, and if I try to print this, what will happen? I am getting G, so I'll get the last character when doing this. Ideally I think it will be the first character, but it's weird, it will take the last character. Okay. Don't use char type for storing multiple characters as it may produce errors. That makes sense. For multiple characters, we should not use char because this is for specifically designed for a single character. But if you want to have multiple characters, then we can use strings. Right? So we can use this kind of thing, my text, and then you can use hello here. So I can change it to an array to store multiple characters. Now this will change to a string. So I can say s here. This is the format specifier for string s, percentage s. So if I run my program again, okay, so I'm getting some error here. Character constant too long for this type. Oh, I think, oh, okay, will not be here. This symbol will be here. So this is a char array, and no, it will be here only, but I need to provide double quotes here. Single quotes will not work. Okay, now let's try to run this. Yeah, now I'm getting the complete string coding. All right, let's try to answer this question. What is the correct syntax to declare a char variable with the letter A? This is incorrect because we need to have single quotes. So yeah, this is correct where we have single quotes. Let's submit this answer. This is correct answer. Okay, now let's move forward. And next chapter is on numeric types, number data. So we have numeric type integer, float, double. So integer will have like 1000, float can have 5.75, double can have 19.99. Float versus double, I think we discussed that the precision of floating point value indicates how many digits the value can have after decimal point. So float is like 6 or 7 decimal digits it can accommodate, whereas double can have up to 15 digits. Therefore, it is often safer to use double for most calculation, but note that it takes twice as much memory. So this is safer to use, but you have to remember it will take more memory. It will take 8 bytes versus 4 bytes. Scientific numbers. So okay, let's see about scientific numbers. You can write very large or very small floating numbers using this scientific notation. This is done using letter E or capital E, which stands for times 10 to the power of. So for example, 35 E3 means 35 into 10 raised to the power 3, that is 35,000. Okay, so we can do something like this also. Okay, that's cool. Let's try this. So I will say float. So first of all, I will try to print, let's say 15,000. So how I will print 15,000? I will say float. Let's say A is equal to 15 E3, right? So 15,000, I can write it like this: 15 into 10. I mean 15 into 1000. 15 to 1000 is this is 10 raised to the power 3 because there are 3 zeros. So I'm saying 15e3. So let's change it to float and let's try to run this. So I got this 15,000. Similarly, we can do it for our like if you want to print 1,20,000, so you can use a double for that. Which data type would you use to store a whole number without decimal? Float will use for decimals. Double is also used for decimals. Integer is the one which we will use for the whole numbers. Right? So integer is the right answer. Let's click. Yeah, it is correct. Let's move on and let's learn about decimal precision. Okay, so decimal precision, you probably already noticed that if you print a floating point number, the output will show many digits after the decimal point. It is correct. When we were printing this 15,000, right? We can see there are a lot of zeros at the end. So what we can do about this? Can we do anything about this? Default will show 6 digits after decimal points. So I can say 0.1. So that will only show one digit. Oh, that's cool. So if I say, let's say percentage uh, dot 2, so I will only display 2 decimal points. Let's run this. Okay, I think there's some error. I'm getting 0.2 and then 15,000. Why it is like this? I think it is because okay, so it should be like this, not like this. It should be 0.2, like this percentage, then 0.2. Earlier I was putting 0.2 before the percentage symbol. So if I run my program now, this time I'm nicely getting this only 2 decimal points. This looks much better. Yeah. So if I want, like, say 3 decimal points, I can say dot 3 here, percentage dot 3f. Let's run this, and I'm getting 3 decimal points here. Okay. Yeah, so you can use 0.1, 0.2, 0.4, whatever is your requirement. Yeah, let's go forward. Memory size. So integer will take 2 or 4 bytes depending on how large your number is. Float will take 4 bytes, double will take 8 bytes, char will take 1 byte. Okay, memory size refers to how much space a type occupies in the computer's memory. To actually get the size of data type of variable, use the size of operator. So I can use size of, so let's say I have this float, or let's say I will have this decimal, right? Not decimal, double, and I have 10 raised to the power, let's say 5. Okay, 15 into 10 raised to the power 5, and I will use LF here to print the double. And let's say I want to see the size of this, so I can use size of, and I can say A here, and the formatter that they are using, ZU. Note that we are using this. This is because size of operator returns the type of size T. So uh, this is some like size, uh, right? So it is an unsigned integer type. So I think we need to use ZU here. I will use ZU. Okay, so let's see the size of this particular number, or this particular double variable. So when I run this, do I have any error? Let's run it again. Yeah, the size is 8 because 8 bytes are used for this. But if I have a, let's say, char A, and let's store P here, and if I run it again, only one byte is used to store this. So using size of, you can check what is the size used for this particular variable, right? Next we have some real-time examples. So items, int items 50, cost per item 9.99. Then we can find the total cost, items into the cost per item. Then currency is dollar, so we want to store a single character, that is dollar. For that we are using character. Okay, number of items, percentage C. What is percentage C? Oh, but that is for character, right? Percentage C for character. Okay, let's move on. Let's see more data types. We have short integer. So we have short integer that can store the value between minus 32,000 to positive 32,767. Then we have unsigned integer, so we cannot store negative values in this. And we have this format specifier also. So we have long integer which can store from 4 to 8 bytes. So maximum we can store this number in long integer. Long integer is also there. That will take 8 bytes and we can store this big number. Oh my god, this is too big. We have long double that can store up to 16 bytes. Unsigned means you cannot store non-negative values in that. Let's try this. Let's say I will have unsigned integer. Let's say unsigned integer a is equal to, I'll say minus 13. Minus 13. Okay, so I'll say minus 13 here. Let's try to print this. Okay. If I run my program, it worked. I got minus 13. Why it is not giving me errors here? It should give me error because I cannot show minus 13 in this, right? Why it worked? It is also working. That's weird. And anyway, let's move on. And where should I check this? Let's check this with GPT. Let's ask GPT. GPT, okay, why my program is not giving error? Why my C program is not giving error? So this is my C program. Your program isn't giving error because nothing you wrote is illegal in C, but it is doing something tricky. What is happening? Assigning a negative value to unassigned integer. Unassigned integer cannot store negative value, but C does not throw error here. Instead, it wraps the value using a modulo arithmetic. What is that? Becomes a large positive number because unsigned integer stores values from 0 to this. Wrong format specifier in printf is for signed integer. A is unsigned integer. This is undefined behavior. Print a weird negative number. Print a very large. So unsigned, we need to use U. C is not strict like some other language. It allows this without errors. Okay, so it is not very strict. Anyway, it is working because C is not very strict here. Let's move on. So we can try this example. So let's try this and let's see if we can print all this. So we have our normal integer, normal double, short integer. I think almost every type is covered here. Let's run this. So yeah, everything is getting printed. Oh, look at this precise. My god, this is a huge number. Which one is it? Long double, long integer, very long integer. Okay, so C can store some very long numbers also. It is fine. Now let's go on. This is the coding challenge. They are asking us to create a student ID, integer, score, float, grade. This is very simple. We will not do it. C type conversion. How we can type convert from one type to another. Okay, how this can be done. Let's take an example of this. I have this integer 5 and then I have to, then I will divide this. So this should give me 2.5, right? But it will output 2. To get the right result, you need to know how type conversion works. One is implicit conversion that will happen automatically. One is explicit conversion that will be done manually. Okay, automatic conversion into float. So how that will work? Let's say I have float false, float a is equal to 10. Okay, so when I print out this, the format specifier will be percentage f, pass a here. So when I run this, right, what is happening? It has converted this 10 to a float. This is automatic conversion and it is implicit conversion. So that's what we see, that's what we have seen here. Implicit conversion, it will automatically convert the type. Okay, then we have explicit conversion. Explicit conversion is here. So explicit conversion is done manually by placing the type in parentheses in front of the value. So we can do explicit conversion like this. So let's try this. First of all, let's say integer a is equal to 5, integer b equal to 2, and then I want float from this, right? Float c equal to, let's say, a divided by b. What will happen if I do this? Let's print the result. After printf percentage f comma c. Okay, so percentage f, what this will do, this will just this is the format specifier. If I run my program, I'm getting 2.000, but ideally it should be giving me 2.5. 5 divided by 2 is 2.5, but I'm getting 2.000 because this result is converted to integer. Integer divided by integer will be integer. So what I can do, I can convert this using the explicit conversion. Float I can say here. Okay, now if I run my program, I'm getting 2.5. So this is correct, right? So yeah, this is what was happening. And if I want only one decimal point here, because I don't want to see this 2.5000, I can say 0.1 here, and if we run this, then it will nicely display 2.5. Okay, so if you want to find the percentage, then you can like maximum score, and what is the user score, then you can find the percentage like this, right? Let's move on. Next chapter is constants. So constants are variables that should not change. As the name suggests, they will remain constant. Let's say I have some number const a post integer a equal to 100. Okay, and if I try to say a is equal to 103, right, I'm already getting the error. Let's read the error. It says expression must be a modifiable value, right? So this is not modifiable value. If I run the program also, right, I will get the error assignment of a read only variable. So this is a read only variable, we cannot change it, right? So we can have something like minutes per hour. So we have 60 minutes in an hour, right? So we have declared this as 60, so no one can change these kind of values. Let's say you want to declare some bonus percentage that you want to give to employees. So I think for that kind of scenario you can use constant. Nots on constant: when you declare the constant variable, it must be assigned with a value. Oh, we cannot do this without this, is it? So if I say integer a like this, and if I run the program like this, assignment of read only error. Oh, why it is giving error here? Let's clean everything. Let's run it. It is yelling here only. Okay, so this will not work. So we have to declare this right here. Okay, so this will not work. So these are constants, and the good practice is always use uppercase when declaring the constant variable. So this is like the standard that we follow in C sharp. Also will follow this standard, and like you want to say birth year, and normally I will follow this underscore also. So birth year, let's say 1995. So this is how we should declare our constants in uppercase. This is not mandatory, but this is the most programmers will code like this. Let's go to next chapter. We have operators. So plus operator will add it, right? So we can use plus operators. So we have arithmetic operators, assignment operator. Let's see this briefly. So we have this arithmetic operators: plus, subtraction, multiplication, division, modulus. We have, let's try modulus once. So I will say integer a equal to 10, integer b equal to 7, and integer c is equal to a percentage b. So this will find the modulo, and let's print the result using the format specifier percentage t and c. Print. Okay, let's run this. I'm getting 3 because when we divide 10 by 7, 3 will be the remainder. So we are getting 3 here. Okay, so that's what will return the division remainder. So we can increment a value by using plus plus. This is similar to C sharp. We can decrease the value using the minus minus. Very much straightforward. Okay, so we can do increment by 1 using plus plus. We can do decrement by 1. Okay, let's move on. Let's see the assignment operators. We have equal to is the assignment operator. We have plus equal to. This is similar to like what we have in other languages. So very much similar to C sharp. I already know about these things. Real-time example is savings is equal to 100, savings plus equal to 50. Then it will make it to 150. That's fine. Comparison operators, these all are similar to C sharp. Equal to, not equal to, greater than, less than, equal to. Yeah, pretty much standard that we have in every programming language. Then we have logical operators. and the pipe symbol. So this is similar to our C sharp language, right? Order precedence. So this is like the mathematics, right? How it will perform the this operation, that will Bodemo's formula it will apply and do the calculation. Okay, I think it is fine. Skip the coding challenge. Booleans. So very often in programming you will need a data type that can only have one of two values, either yes or no, on or off, true or false. Like if you want to have this kind of scenario, then we can use boolean. So boolean is also available. So it was introduced in C99 and it is available of std bool header file. So I think if I try to create a boolean without that, boolean a equal to true, I'm getting some error here. True is undefined, so I think I need to use this particular file std bool. So let's include that also. Include std bool.h. Okay, once we have added this, the error is gone. So we can declare something like this: is programming fun? True. Is fish tasty? Then false. And true means 1, false means 0. So when we print it, so let's try to print this with our format specifier. Then I can say percentage d here, pass a here. Okay, and if I run this, I'll get 1 because true is 1, and if I change it to false, I'll run this, I'll get 0. So false is 0. This is also pretty much same which we have in other programming languages. Okay, let's go next. Real-time example, and go next. Coding challenge. We'll skip. If else, so we can have if else also. This is same which we can have in our C sharp, so I will not go through this. Go next. Else statement. Then we have else if, shorthand for if else. If else, you can simplify it by using this ternary operator, right? So we can use this ternary operator also. Let's try this. Okay, so let's say I have this number int age is equal to 21. Okay, so let's check if age is greater than 18, right? So we are checking this, and if it is greater than 18, then I want to print you can vote, and if it is not the case, then I want to print f you cannot vote as of now. Okay, let's end it with semicolon. I'll remove this. Okay, so this is the ternary operator. I can run this. I'm getting you can vote because age is greater than 18, but if I change it to 16, and now I'm getting you cannot vote as of now. right? So this is how this thing will work. Right, so let's move on. We have nested if, so we can have if, then inside if also we can have one more if. That is pretty much straightforward. Logical operators we have already seen, and, or, and, not is there. That is correct. uh, Real-time example, let's skip this. Coding challenge, let's skip this also. Let's see this switch case statement, how we can write switch case. So switch is basically we can evaluate some expression, and based on that expression, right, let's say I have this expression, and if this expression evaluates to x, then we'll execute this piece of code. If it evaluates to y, then we'll execute this piece of code, and there is break statement. So once it is executed, we will come out of this expression, right? We will not check for other cases. Okay, so like this, if day is equal to 4, then it will come to 4 and it will print Thursday, right? The break keyword, when C reaches a break keyword, it breaks out of the switch block. Now that's what we've seen here. Like if it is matching with 4, it will print Thursday and it will break from here. It will not check for other cases, right? 5, 7, 6, it will not check anything else. It will come out of it. It is same as what we have in C#. So let's go next from here. Then this is the coding challenge. Let's skip this. Then we have the while loop. Okay. So while loop is also very much same as C#. So I will not cover this. I will go next from here. Do while is also same as C#. Okay, so I can skip this also. Let's see the for loop, how for loops looks like in C language. It is again same as C#. So let's leave this. So break, okay, break we have seen. Let's see the arrays, how arrays will be declared and used. So this is also same as C#. So we cannot mix data in arrays. Strings, so this is how we can create strings. We will use char, and then this is array of characters, hello world. Special characters, so if I want to have double quotes within double quotes, then we can use escape characters. Just like in C#, we can have escape characters to escape some special characters. User input, so we can take input from user also. So that is interesting. Let's try this, how we can take input from the user. Okay, so let's say I want to take the user's age. So I have this variable age, and let's declare it and don't set it to something, some value. Then what we can do, we can ask the user. So I can say printf, and I can say please enter your age. Okay, so user will enter their age here. Then we can use scanf, get and save the number the user types. So what scanf will do, scanf is expecting an integer, so percentage d, the format specifier we need to use here also. And the second parameter is in which variable I want to store it. So I will say and age, I want to store it in the age. I will end it with semicolon. And finally let's printf, and let's say you have entered percentage d as your age. Okay, and now let's replace it with age. Yeah, and let's put a space here, let's put a new line here. Okay, let's run the program. Let's clean everything. Let's run the program again. Code is already running. Let's stop this, clear it again, and let's run it. Why I'm not getting this? Please enter your age. I should be able to, I should be getting this message, right? Please enter your age. Let's do one thing. Let's try this in terminal. Dot slash myprogram.exe. Yeah, here I'm getting this. Please enter your age. I'll say 15. And I'm getting this message, you have entered 15 as your age. Not sure why code runner is not able to run this. That's weird. Okay, anyway, we're able to run it in our terminal. So we can enter our age here, and that age will get stored in this age variable. Okay, so this is how we can receive inputs from the user. So we can receive multiple inputs also. So this scanf D scan C, so it will accept number and character from the user. That's something. I mean, I was not expecting this. So let's please enter your name and age. So first I will accept what I will accept. I will accept string or character, or let's accept string, and let's create a variable for where we can store our name. So this is our name. Char is not allowed, incomplete type char. So let's declare it like this. Okay, so we have this char here, and then I will store this in my name, and store this in age. You entered your you have entered, or I can say name is equal to percentage s, and age is equal to percentage t. That's my name and age like this. It is correct, right? So I can receive a number and a name like this. So let's try to run this. First I will build this. So this will create the program here. Let's stop this, go to terminal. Let's try to run this from here. Please enter your name and age. So I will enter let's say Mark, and the age is, let's say, 22. So it has only taken the M from the age. I mean, from the name only Mark has come. Why only Mark has come? Percentage S I am specifying here, right? What is wrong? Why I am not able to get? Okay, so I think I need to specify the length here. Let's specify the length here as 10. Let's build this. I think it is built. Now let's run this in terminal. I will say Mark is my name, and let's say age is 21. Yeah, now I'm getting the complete name, Mark, and age. Yeah, this is how you can receive like multiple inputs from the user. Okay, when working with strings in scanf, you must specify the size of the string array. We used a very high number, 30 in our example, but at least then we are certain it will store enough character for the name, and you don't have to use the reference operator at the rate. Reference operator is and you don't have to use the reference operator. Why? However, scanf function has some limitation. It considers spaces, tabs as terminating characters, which means it can only display a single word. For example, if you have a full name John Doe, then it will not work. It will only print the John. For that we have fgets, is it? Okay, let's try this first with this. Let's rerun our program. Let's say I will say Mark Peplo, and oh, so it took these two as two parameters. It has considered Mark as my name and Peplo as my age, and it has changed it to something weird here. Okay, then what we can do, right? We can do fgets. So let's comment this. Instead of scanf, I will use fgets. Then I can say I want to get the name. Okay, and size of name. So size is 10, and then we need to say stdin because this is an input. I think that's why we need to say stdin. Use scanf function to get single words as input. Use fgets to get multiple words. So let's say I want to get multiple words here. I will not get the age, so let's remove the age from here. Okay, let's increase the size to 30 and let's run this. Okay, I'm not so why it is not running, but if I go to terminal and run this, enter your name. I will not enter the age. Let's add Pam Beasley, and I'm able to get the complete name Pam Beasley. So fcats is used to get, like, if you want to get a string with that is having spaces, right? For that you can use fcats. So scanf will not work for those kind of cases. All right. Next one is memory address. So when a variable is created in C, a memory address is assigned to the variable. The memory address is location where the variable is stored on the computer. So you can get the memory address also. That's cool actually. So let's say try this only. So if I have this integer my age 43, then I can get the address of my age using the AND symbol. So AND will give the memory location where exactly this got stored. So if I run my program, let me stop this and run it again. So if I run this, so this is the memory location 006F 0061FF1C. That's cool. So we can get the memory location using this at AND symbol and then the variable name. The memory is in hexadecimal form. You will probably not get the same result in your program, as this depends on where the variable is stored on your computer. You should not you should also note that at the rate and my age is often called a pointer. A pointer basically stores the memory address of a variable as its value. So pointer will store the memory address. It will not store the data. It will store the memory address of the variable where the variable is stored in the memory. To print pointer values, we will use percentage %p format specifier. Okay. Okay, so percentage %p is used for like pointers. So till now we have learned a lot of format specifiers. So we started with the integer, right? Let's add some comments and revise what we have done till now, right? For integer, we have used percentage %t. For floats, we have used percentage %f. For double, we have used percentage %lf, that is like long float. For character, we have used percentage %c. For string, that is nothing but character array, for that we have used percentage %s, right? And for boolean, like for boolean, we have to use percentage %t only, because that we print 1 or 0. And now very important, pointers, we can use percentage %p, and to print the value of a pointer we need to use @ then the variable name, right? Like this we have done. If I want to find the memory location of my age, then I can use AND symbol and then my age here. Okay, that is cool actually. Yeah. Pointers are important in C because they allow us to manipulate the data in the computer's memory. This can reduce the code and improve the performance. So we can directly modify the value in the computer's memory. No need to like first take the variable, change it, and then store it in the computer memory. We can directly manipulate the computer memory using the pointers. Pointers is one of the thing that make C stand out from other programming language like Python or Java or C Sharp, because in C Sharp we don't have this concept of pointers. Okay. Let's move forward, and next chapter is on pointers. So this will be very interesting chapter. Okay, so you learned from the previous chapter. Okay, so you learned from the previous chapter that we can get the memory address of a variable with the reference operator and, right? So with the end we can get the memory address of a variable. Like we have this variable age, then I can use value to value. To get the value I will not use it, I can directly get the value. But if I want the memory address, then I can use and symbol at the front. Okay, a pointer is a variable that stores the memory address of another variable as its value. Okay, a pointer variable points to a data type like integer of the same type that is created with the star operator. The address of the variable you are working with is assigned to the pointer. Let's look at this example. So we have this integer my age, okay, and it is 43. Okay, this is fine, we have seen this line earlier, but this is something new, integer star. So we are declaring a pointer variable. Okay, we are not declaring a variable, we are declaring a pointer variable. And what we are saying, it will store the memory address of age. It is not storing like any value or something, it is storing the memory address of the age. And then we can print the age like this, and then we can print the memory address like this, and then we can output the memory address of my age with the pointer. Both will give the same thing. Let's try this out. Okay, so I have this let's get rid of this. Okay, so I have this integer my age, right? Then I can declare a pointer. So to declare a pointer I will use integer, and then I can specify asterisk. So this means I want to declare a pointer variable, right? And that will point to an integer value. That's why integer star. So let's call it pointer. Okay, this is my pointer, and this is having the memory location of my age variable. Okay, so this will give the memory location of my age. So I am printing, let's first print the let's first print the age, percentage d. I'll put new line, and the my age is what I'm printing here. And then I am printing the pointer, what is stored in the pointer, with percentage p. And then I can also store, or I can print, let's say I want to print the pointer value, right? So I can say pointer here. So what will happen when I run this? Let's clear everything and let's run it again. So let's see, 43 is what is stored in my variable. So if I say my age, I am getting 43. When I say and my age, I am getting this memory location, right? And when I'm saying print pointer, that time also I'm getting the same memory location, because I have made my pointer to point to memory location of my age variable. Okay, so my pointer is pointing to my age variable. That's good. And this asterisk here, it is at the close to the integer here. I mean, in my program it is coming close to the what is the issue here? If I save this, okay, if I save this, it is coming close to this. So I think this is how we will declare a pointer. Okay, so this is what we have learned till now. Let's learn about dereference. In the example above, we used the pointer variable to get the memory address of a variable used together with and reference. You can also get the value of the variable of the pointers points to by using the star operator, the dereference operator. So this is the dereference operator. So we can use the star to get the what? So if I using the dereference, it will get the output the value of my age. That's cool. So if I want to get the value of my age, right, so what I can do, I can print t and I can say star pointer. So this will give the, see what is happening, here, right? My age is storing 43, right? It is storing 43, and pointer is pointing to my age. So when I'm saying star pointer, what it is doing, it is going to my age and then getting the value of this variable. Okay, so this is what it is doing. So if I run the program again, see, my age gave 43 and my age, this will give the memory location, memory address where my age is stored. So that's why we got this. When we printed pointer, we got the same memory location, because pointer will hold a memory location in it. And star, what star will do, it will go to the memory location what it has stored, and it will find that memory location is pointing to what value. So it is pointing to 43, right? So that's why we are getting 43 here. It is kind of a cycle. Note that this asterisk sign can be confusing here, as it does two things in our code. When it used in declaration, it creates the pointer variable. When not used in declaration, it used as dereference operator. Good to know. There are two ways to declare pointer variables. So we can put star here and we can put star here also. Pointers are one of the things that makes C stand out, that we've already seen. They are important in C because they allow us to manipulate the computer memory. This can reduce the code and improve the performance. If you are familiar with the data structure like list trees or graphs, you should know that pointers are specially used for implementing those. And sometimes you even have to use pointers, for example when working with files and memory management. But be very careful, pointers must be handled with care, since it is possible to damage data stored in other memory addresses. Yeah, that is also there. Okay, let's try this exercise. How do you declare a pointer? Also int star is the correct one. Yeah, it is correct one. Let's go next. Next is pointers and array. You can use pointers to access mem arrays. Consider the following array of integers. So this is my array, and so we can print the numbers like this using the for loop. So instead of printing the values of each uh, array element, let's print the memory address of each uh, array element. So the same thing, I'm just using and symbol here, so it will print the memory location of those. Note that the last number of each element memory address is different with an addition of 4. It is because int type is typically 4 bytes, remember, so it will take 4 bytes. So if you see this right, so it is f0, f4, f8, fc. So all these memory addresses are 4 bytes apart. So we can get the size of integer. So we'll get the size as 4, and we'll check the size of array. It will be 16 because there are 4 numbers. 4 into 4 is 16. How are pointers related to arrays? Okay, so what is the relationship between pointers and array? In C, the name of an array is actually a pointer of the first element of the array. Okay, now I'm confused. The name of the array is actually a pointer to the first element of the array. Let's try to understand this better and use our memory address example above again. So we have this uh, numbers array, then we can print the oh, so we can, this will basically give us the memory address. The name of the array is nothing but a pointer, and if I see the memory address of the first, these both are same. That's nice. Let's try this in our example, in our program. Let's get rid of everything. Let's paste this. I save this and let's run this. So both are giving me the same memory address. That is because this particular name of array is nothing but a pointer. So it is pointing to the first element of the array. And when we are getting the first element of the array and trying to print the memory address of this, we are getting the same memory address. So this proves in an array, the name of the array will point to the first element of the array. Okay, so basically means that we can work with arrays through pointers. How? Since my number is a pointer, the first element in the my number, you can use asterisk operator to access it. So if I use asterisk here, so this will give me 25. That's cool actually. These things are possible in C. These are not available in C sharp. That is something new. To access the rest of the elements of my number, you can increment the pointer array +1, +2, etc. So you can say this +1. This is memory address, right? How we can do +1 on this? So when we printed this will give me, okay, so when we give +1, I think so this will go to the next memory location. So 75 and then I mean 50. So my numbers will give like 25 plus 1 will give you 50, then plus 2 will give you 75. That's good. So we can use for loop also to iterate through this. This way of working with arrays might seem a bit excessive, especially with simple arrays like in the example above. However, for large array, it can be much more efficient to access and manipulate arrays with pointers. Okay, so what they are saying, right, for the large arrays, it is much more efficient to access the array using the pointers instead of accessing it using some directly with the array variable, right? So it is saying that it is more efficient when we are using it with pointers. It is also considered faster and easier to access two-dimensional array with pointers. So if you have a two-dimensional array, it will be faster or easier to access with the pointers. And since strings are actually arrays, you can also use pointers to access strings. For now, it is great that you know how this works, but like we specified, pointers must be handled with care. It is possible to overwrite other data stored in the memory. Okay, so we need to be very careful when you are using pointers. Okay, let's try this exercise. How would you access the third element? So I can access the third element. This is not correct because this will give me a fourth element. Percentage this, or no, this will not also give me third element. So this will give me third element. No, this will my numbers will give me 25, plus 1 will give me 52, this will give me 75. This is the third element, right? 75 will come, and my numbers too, this should also give me third. That is correct, but why not this one? My numbers too, this will also give me third, right? 0 1 2. Let's try this. I think there's some issue in the this example. Let's prove this. Okay, I already have it, so I can say printf. So I want to access the third number, right? So my numbers, if I say 2 here, what I'll get? 75. Yeah, that's the third number. And what is the correct answer that they are saying? So percentage t. And first of all, like I can say pointer my numbers. So if we say pointer my numbers, because this is pointing to the first element of the array, I'll get 25. Okay, 75, 25. I can comment out this and run it. I'll get 25. So if I want the next number, what I can say? I can say my numbers plus 1, right? And this will give me 50. And if I do 2 here and run this, I'll get 75. So this will give me the third element. So yeah, how would you access the third? Okay, using pointers. So I need to use pointers. So that's why this is the correct answer. Okay, got it. So the next is pointer arithmetic. Pointer arithmetic means changing the value of a pointer to make it point to a different element in the memory. Like we saw in the previous example where we were doing plus 1 to move forward, right? To move one forward, one position forward. So we can use plus plus and minus minus also to get the next number. That is very dangerous, I think, accessing the numbers like this. Pointer subtraction only works when both pointers points into the same array. The result is measured in elements, not bytes. Hmm. So this is correct, right? So this will give me the first element, right? If I do this, I'll get 10. P plus plus, I'll move to the next position, 20. So I'll get 20. P minus minus, I will again get 10. P plus equal to 2, I'll move 2 steps forward, then I'll get 30. Okay, pointer subtraction, you can subtract how many elements are between them. So start and minus start, so this is the start, this is the end. So we can get three, there are three different memory addresses between these. Pointer to pointer, wait, we'll discuss pointer to pointer in some time, but pointer arithmetic depends on type. Not all pointer move the same way. When you add when you add 1 to pointer, it moves forward by the size of the thing it moves to, not just by 1 byte. Int character moves it usually by 4 byte. Char will move it 1 byte. So if both pointers have the same address, 1000, integer will move to 1004 and character will move to 1001. This shows the pointer movement depends on the data type it points. So it makes sense. But depending on the data type, the memory location will change, right? What is this void star? Why we did not discuss void star? Okay, let's take an example of this. Okay, so we have uh, let's say cat, and let's say name is equal to, let's say Facebook. Okay. Now we have something char pointer that is pointing to memory location of name. Okay, now if I say printf and if I say percentage %c comma pointer, it will give me what? I mean, first of all I need to use p here for pointer data. So I got this memory location of this. If I say star, then I need to use c because this will give me character. So I got f here, Facebook f. So the arithmetic says I can say +1 here. So I can say pointer +1. When I run this, I will get a Facebook a, right? So I got a. Yeah, so it is moving 1 byte. And if I say pointer like this, let's print it. Pointer like this. Okay, let's put a new line also. So when we run this is 14, this is 13. So +1 is moving like one position up, but when it was integer, it was moving 4 position, right? So looping with pointers. So we can loop through with pointers also, but we need to be very careful. So p++ will move to the next one. So what I can do, for int I is equal to 0, I less than 4 and 4 8, let's say 7, I plus plus less than 8, I can say, and I can say printf. I will be printing the character, and the character I will get using the pointer. So this pointer and pointer plus plus. Okay, let's run the program. I got an error here. Initialization from incompatible type. What is wrong here? Char star is number. Pointer name. Let's try to run this again. We're getting the Facebook here. Is it a warning? Close this. Run this. Yeah, it's a warning, I think, because I'm able to print the characters. Yeah, so that is a warning. So I can say n here, and if I run this now, so I'm getting this Facebook getting printed, but that is some weird warning I'm getting. Warning initialization of incompatible pointer type with compatible pointer types. This okay, it is not compatible, not sure why. Most common mistake, remember that pointer moves depends on its type. So integer will move 4 type, character will move 1 type. Mixing them up will point to the wrong memory location. Uninitialized pointers, always make sure pointer is for pointing to something real before you use it. Using a pointer that does not point anywhere can crash your program. Going out of bound, never move a pointer past the end of an array or before it starts. This only safe outside position is one step past the end, and that's only comparing the pointers, not for accessing values. Okay. Pointers to pointer. You can also point that points to another pointer. Oh my god, this is very confusing. And I think we will start this topic, I mean, maybe tomorrow or anytime in the future, because I think this will be a bit complicated one. So I will just stop this stream here, and we will keep on learning this C programming from here, pointer to pointer. And we will also cover functions, files, structures, enums, memory, errors, and there are other things also that I want to cover and I want to learn actually, because this is the first time I'm learning C with in that depth. I have not learned C in this depth earlier. This is the first time I'm learning these concepts of pointers and memory addresses and all. Okay, whoever watched this, thank you for watching, and I will catch you soon. Thank you and good night.